If the allegations made by the plaintiffs are true, according to the judge, back to this case, the present case arguably involves the most massive attack against free speech in United States history. In their attempts to suppress alleged disinformation, the federal government, and particularly the defendants named here, are alleged to have blatantly ignored the First Amendment rights to free speech. That's exactly right. He explained that the plaintiffs alleged that the defendants colluded with and or coerced social media platforms to suppress disfavored speakers' viewpoints and content on social media platforms. Did they ever? The plaintiffs are likely to succeed on the merits in establishing that the government has used its power to silence the opposition. Opposition to COVID-19 vaccines. Opposition to COVID-19 masking and lockdowns. Opposition to the lab leak theory of COVID-19. Opposition to the validity of the 2020 election. Opposition to President Biden's policies, statements that Hunter Biden laptop story was true, which it obviously was.
100%.
And opposition to policies of the government officials in power. All were suppressed. Is that not brilliantly true?
This guy's good, man.
This guy's really good. All of that is so very true. It's quite telling, he continued, that each example of category or suppressed speech was conservative in nature. Isn't it telling? Yeah, it is kind of telling.
It is.
This targeted suppression of conservative ideas is a perfect example of viewpoint discrimination of political speech. During the COVID-19 pandemic, a period perhaps best characterized by widespread doubt and uncertainty, the United States government seems to have assumed a role similar to an Orwellian ministry of truth. Oh my gosh.
End quote.
Wow, we should frame that and hang it somewhere because that's brilliant.
He's good.
And so true.
And it was.
Are you going to frame it in the trash
Judge
can?
Down.
Yeah, I'm going to frame it right there.
Okay.
In the
I was just wondering what you...
garbage.
I just wondered. I didn't know.
I was just more rhetorical,
that...
you know, the framing it is more rhetorical in nature. So,
and that's Judge Dowdy. What is his first name?
Yeah,
Bob
Dowdy.
Terry, isn't it?
Terry Dowdy.
Yeah.
Is it Terry?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not.
I think it is Terry.
Where'd you get Terry? I don't think it is.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
A ruling came down from Terry Dowdy. You're right. You're right.
Thank you.
It is Terry
Put it back
Dowdy.
in the frame over there.
From Louisiana. He's always got some good rulings.
So good. And so very, very true. I mean, tell me that stuff didn't happen.
Absolutely. We lived it.
You can't. And what they'll say is, well, you're spreading disinformation and misinformation.
Yep.
No, who decides that? Who decides that? The government? The left?
Yeah.
Because all of that stuff turned out to be true and accurate. And even
if it didn't, so?
Right. Let the American people noodle that out. We're smart enough to do that. If people are saying things about the vaccine that isn't true, it'll come out.
Right.
So what?
Otherwise, it's almost like the United States government seems to have assumed a role similar to an Orwellian ministry of truth.
Wow,
right?
That's powerful.
You like that?
Thank you.
You guys like that one?
That was really good.
You appreciated that one?
Put that in the same frame Pat did.
All right, cool. Just came up with that top of my head.
Yeah, really good. Sounded familiar, but that was really powerful.
No,
I think a lot of times things that ring true do sound familiar.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean?
They do.
Yeah.
A lot of times they do.
Also, on Friday, the Supreme Court wrapped up Pride Month. So great. With a ruling in favor of individual rights and religious rights, frankly. This is a big win. To me, this is a religious rights situation. The court ruled 6-3 for designer Lori Smith, saying she can refuse to design websites for same-sex weddings, despite a Colorado law that bars discrimination based on sexual orientation, race, gender, and other characteristics. And, you know, you're going to go and force somebody to do a website for your gay wedding when they don't want to?
Right.
A, why would you want them to if they don't want to? it doesn't make any sense. You're just obviously pushing your agenda. You're obviously trying to hurt them in some way because you're taking that stand. Find somebody else who doesn't have a problem designing gay wedding websites.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
And wasn't this a fake customer, right? This wasn't even
I
real...
read that this
Yeah.
weekend.
Was
that
it a fake customer?
They believed that
Setup.
they believed that it was a fake customer.
Yeah.
Customer.
It was
that
just
was
a
setup. But
Gosh.
the thing is that it still rings true.
But seriously,
Yeah.
congratulations on your fake attempt here.
I'm glad they did that.
Yeah. Have we checked in on the Colorado cake baker guy who they continually went after?
They've not
and
let that
over.
guy
Because
alone.
they love precedent.
Yeah.
With Supreme Court cases or court cases.
Well, now here you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
There's
go.
some really good precedent to base things on. The decision suggests that artists, photographers, videographers, writers are among those who can refuse to offer what the court called expressive services if doing so would run contrary to their beliefs.
Huh.
But that's different from other businesses not engaged in speech and therefore not covered by the First Amendment, such as restaurants and hotels.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
So it's just like creative stuff.
So you're talking about bake shops that have to cave in here?
No, I think that
I
would
don't
be...
think so. That should be under creative, right?
Yeah.
But that's
Expressive.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's saying that
Yeah, 'cause-
hotels
Right.
can't discriminate.
Like if you're
restaurant
if you're
can.
coming there to celebrate your gay wedding and it's your honeymoon or whatever, you can't say no. You can't. But I mean that makes sense because you shouldn't be able to, right? You shouldn't be able to deny. You think you should?
I do. I think,
Really?
I think. I think this is what almost got Rand Paul not elected. Because he made the true libertarian case that a restaurant owner should be able to discriminate against whoever he wants to.
Any reason.
For any reason.
Yeah.
And then let the market decide.
And those days are gone.
Just like the sign that used to say no shirt, no shoes, no service. And there were signs that said we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone.
Anyone, yeah.
Not anymore. Yeah.
I mean, do I
anymore.
think it's
Can't do
right?
that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But do I think you should be allowed to? Sure. Let the market figure it out.
Let the market decide.
Yeah. When word
don't
gets around,
disagree with that,
when
but
word gets
not in
around
today's
town,
world.
Can't do it.
No.
Can't do it today, though.
right? When word gets around town that you're not serving blacks in your restaurant
Or
that place
gays
is going out of
at
gays,
your hotel.
or your hotel, that place is going out of business. It's going to be subjected to protests. It's going to take care of itself.